you to us, Smita. Effective communication is 20% what you know, and 80% is how you feel about what you know, isn't it? Few days back, my husband was scolding my little one, who is very naughty by nature. She just turned at him and said, Appa, don't talk to me like this. Be patient and don't shout at me. By listening to these words, we were so surprised because, she is just 2.5 years old. She is quite independent and very stubborn. So I strongly feel that her communication style is a direct communication style by nature. In 2013, I traveled to Japan on deputation along with my family. Next day, we wanted to buy groceries. So we went out to the shop. Within no time, we realized that we lost the way. Since I know little Japanese, I managed to ask a person about the shop. He told, Dozo, please come with me. He walked almost half a kilometer, has shown the shop, and went back. My husband was shocked to see his response because he was actually going in opposite direction. Just because I requested, he came all the way, has shown the shop, and went back. That is the communication style of Japanese as a supportive communication style. They are steady, calm, approachable, gentle, and sincere. During my diploma days, I used to have a friend who is very energetic and fun-filled person. I used to wonder how she can respond spontaneously for any kind of a question, and she used to make friends within seconds. Her communication style, I feel that it is an initiative communication style. When I was working in Bosch for safety systems, I had a friend from whom I learned that how one need to be a data-driven because she used to be ready with her data for any management meeting or to the discussions to the point where other side of the person can't even ask a question by looking at her data. Her communication style is analytical communication style. Well, I will ask you one question. As per Albert Mehrabian's rule, what is a split of spoken words, tone, voice, and body language? I will give you 5 seconds of time. Can any one of you answer to this? Okay, let me tell you. 7% is for spoken words. 38% is for voice and tone. 55% is for body language. Means how much ever you use fancy vocabulary with a nice modulation of the tone, but if your body language is not meeting the requirement, then it is gone. Body language matters a lot in communication skills and styles. Since my childhood, I used to be very direct in communication and used to be straightforward in both school as well as in college. In fact, my friends used to call me as a rebel, because of my communication style and the way I used to talk. Even when I joined Bosch, my approach was the same with my colleagues. I wanted to be always independent, enjoy my freedom, be confident, and take decisions quickly. The impact of this directive communication style was that people used to think twice before they approach me because I always used to be very serious and very and used to cut the topic on their face. So, but eventually I learned different communication styles from the people with whom I worked. I apply analytical communication style if I have to present at management meetings or during trainings. I will always be cautious in preparing my content such a way that it is structured, data driven, and to the point so that I can engage the audience easily. I apply initiative communication style when I have to work with a new set of people with whom I hardly interacted. But I do my complete background work by means of knowing their hobbies, interests, so that it is easy for me to start the conversation and build the relation. When it comes to associates, I approach them with a supportive communication style by being patient, listening to their concerns, enable them to reach their goals, achieve their goals, and so on. Wait, how do I know that I am supportive to them? Is this only because at times people come to me and say that, Padmaja, we want to work with you, we don't want to leave you. This is what the positive impact I have seen by applying this communication style of supporting. Well, there is no right or a wrong communication style in general. You need to imbibe different communication styles and apply them based on different situations. And hence, the title of my speech is It's Okay to be a Chameleon. I know that. Being a chameleon in a common English language can carry a negative connotation, but I'm using this positive in a positive sense to say that you need to be agile and flexible when it comes to usage of these different communication styles. Do you agree with me? Are you ready to become a communication style with a chameleon? This is what I am striving to be every day. Dear Toastmasters and guests, my key takeaway is take advantage of every opportunity to practice your communication skills with the different communication styles so that when an opportunity arises, a situation arises, you have the gift, you have the skill, you will have this sharpness, the clarity, and finally the emotions to impact the other people. Over to you, Toastmaster Smita. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Padmaja.